last week with Christmas Eve. You're down to December 30th, and tomorrow will be the last day of 2025. It happens fast, Big Sirs.
It does, bro.
And this year, we say it every year, this year cruised by, but thankfully for Jaguar fans, they don't want to see the season come to an end. They're loving life right now, and they just want to keep this bad boy rolling. Well, it will roll in to 2026, and you already are guaranteed a playoff spot. So welcome in XL Primetime, a Beaver Chevy, Beaver Toyota, Beaver Mitsubishi Tuesday, and I'm sure people are probably doing. Do you do the New Year's resolution?
No.
No?
Not really.
Yeah. Okay.
No,
So,
I mean, resolutions are stuff that you work on yourself and you try to get better and perfect and all that kind of stuff. Nah, I'm good with myself right now.
okay, you're good. Okay, but nothing like.
Nothing I need to improve on, maybe.
Well,
I got vices I need to work on, maybe.
right, because we were talking just a little earlier about trans fat.
We were. And I want to cut back on it.
Yeah,
'cause,
so
we've been enjoying it.
Okay, because that could be a New Year's resolution.
That might be one.
Okay?
I might have to cut back on the transfer.
Yeah, because when it's served properly,
There's nothing better.
there's nothing better. And we were talking about Big Sir bringing lunch in, and, well, we got on that subject. So thank you, sir, for another great lunch set up today. Now, we got Gerald Ingram coming in the 1 o'clock hour, so we're going to do a lot of Jaguar talk, as most of the shows so far, either yesterday or today have. But it's college football playoff time as well.
It is.
I told you this is kind of how people lose sight of the college football playoff, because we go from the first round of games, and then basically you have more than a week that you have to sit around and wait for the next one. And because of the way the schedule works, the NFL's still the behemoth, and you're not going to go toe-to-toe with them and win too often. And so now you got New Year's Eve tomorrow night, Miami and Ohio State, and then 3 big ball games New Year's Day.
Yeah, I mean, the NFL kind of brackets the college football, but you got to put some respect on the college football playoffs.
Yeah.
Absolutely got to put some respect. And we got a game next tomorrow.
Yeah.
On the eve of the new year. Happened to be a team that I hold dearly to my heart.
Yeah.
I'm glad they're
the
in
Canes, have you heard of them?
Yeah, you heard of them? That part.
So we're going to look at the U and Ohio State, and we're going to look at the other ones as well. You got 4 big ball games. Some of them may not sound sexy or anything like that. When you say Oregon, Texas Tech, it doesn't roll off the tongue. When you say Indiana favored against Alabama, it doesn't make a whole hell of a lot of sense. If it's not hoop, it's actual football, and they were a touchdown pick over the Crimson Tide. But Miami, Ohio State, shades of national championship games before, big ball games, and then Texas Tech and Oregon. So we got all 4 of them to look at.
We do, absolutely.
All right, so we're going to roll through them. But starting with the Jags and what comes up Sunday afternoon. 1 o'clock kick. You can be able to hear it right here on the Superstation, and we'll be talking about it leading up to this game. I did the podcast with both sides of the ball, Gerald Ingram and Mark Duffner, earlier today, and you can never rest on your laurels. You can never sit back and say, we got this. After a tough win against the Indianapolis Colts, they don't have a juggernaut to finish the season against. It is inside the division, but it's against a bad Tennessee Titans team. Yet, you can't take anything for granted.
You can't take it for granted. Especially, did you watch the game last night?
Oh,
I mean,
my
everybody's Super Bowl favorite. Everybody has crowned them as the team to beat in the NFC and the potential Super Bowl champion. They struggle. Now the Falcons' record was 6-9 going into the game. So
Perfect example, though.
They're another bad team, but they don't have nothing to play for. Right. And essentially, when you look at it, the Rams really didn't either. Because they're 11-5, they're kind of stuck in that wild card. Is there a way for them to get?
Well, I was looking at
maneuver? Because I mean, either way, down the stretch, you don't want to be playing your worst football. And Matthew Stafford threw 3 interceptions. That's unheard of. Now he's thrown 5 interceptions in the last 6 games. So I mean, I don't know if that's going to interfere with his MVP candidacy. But they just didn't. They didn't look. They couldn't stop the run. Bijan Johnson is still running right now, 195 yards rushing against him.
He went off.
He went off on them. They couldn't stop the run. Their vaunted pass rush, they got no sacks on.
And this is against Kirk Cousins.
Kirk Cousins threw for 126 yards and won the game.
Yeah. It was nuts the way the numbers were.
But I'm just saying that scenario, everybody, them 11-5, going on the road, playing. They're not a division rival, but they used to be playing a tough team. That could have happened to us.
Yeah,
you know, we showed resilience. We were down 10-0, came back and won the football game. The Rams were the same way. They were down, came back, tied it up, ended up losing by a field goal. But I'm just saying that that shows you. I know people wanted the Jaguars to look a little better against the Colts in style points and all this other. If you can survive in advance, that's all you can ask a team to do this late in the season when you're going up against teams that got nothing to lose.
And look, you've seen it. We've all witnessed it. This is a football team in years past that would have the turnover like ETN had on the hook and ladder and then not be able to respond. They would give up the touchdown or whatever it was, and then they wouldn't be able to answer the bell. This time they did, down 10-0. They were able to answer the bell, come right back down the field and get in position. And you're seeing a lot more good football over a 60-minute stretch, whether there were holes you could shoot in either the game plan, the decision with the hook and ladder, people are clobbering Cohen for that play call, don't get too cute, all this kind of stuff. And then the defense really not putting a whole lot of pressure on Phillip Rivers for much of the game, and then they were finally able to get the job done. Just take it, man. Just take it. There are so few of these, and when you look at the whole body of work, after blowing a 19-point lead against Houston Texans, they have been able to establish themselves as at the end of the game, they are now one of the teams that can get the job done, whatever it takes, type of feeling to get a dub.
And the best thing about that, Joe, is the fact that they've seen it, they've done it before, and they watch themselves doing it.
Yeah.
When they're down, the resilience in the third quarter, in the fourth quarter, taking over games, bend don't break defense, get after it, turnovers, establish the run. Trevor taking care of the football. Facilitating the passes. That's the type of football that you want to see in this late month of December going into January. So yeah, and the best thing about it is that when the game is over and you're in that meeting room, when you see yourself playing good, you want to continue to play good.
Yeah.
And I think this is what this team is doing.
See, that's the part that you got to love more than anything else. And they have the pieces, the parts, offensively and defensively. The takeaways continue. They have now tied 2017 with the most takeaways in franchise history. It really is a staggering number. They now have scored more points than any other Jaguar team in franchise history.
That's so special. 17 was Saxville.
Yes, it was. And they've now matched them.
Wow, that's pretty cool.
And by the way, Big, and it still blows my mind because everybody out there, all Duval and beyond, when you sit there and go, wait a minute, this team had how many turnovers last year? Less than 10.
9. Was it 9?
Yeah, they were terrible. 9. They were in single digits. And now you've got a football team that has matched the interception mark from 2017 with 20-plus takeaways through the air. It's incredible what they've been able to do in terms of manufacturing moments on that side of the ball to where they just constantly give the ball back to the offense.
And I don't want to call this team the defense a no-name defense because there are established names on defense. But I can name the 2017 team had a litany of names on the defense that got after it pretty good.
It did.
I mean, you got Trayvon, you got Hines Allen. Those. But we're talking about the Calais, the Ramseys of the world. We're talking about the Miles Jacks of the world. We're talking about what's the rush in Ngakoue.
Well, yeah, Ngakoue, and you had AJ Boye that year too.
AJ Boye too. I mean, those were some names now.
And so they were, I believe, Jalen and Boye were first-team All-Pro that year. I'm pretty sure.
I think they were.
And you obviously had Calais and Josh Allen just as he came into the league, and Ngakoue, like you mentioned. And there was just a lot of good players. Josh Hines Allen, not part of that one. He came in, a little bit later. But anyway, Calais and Ngakoue, what they were able to do, no question about it. So they definitely have matched the performances that really you could go back to 1999. I think we did this exercise once before, Big. We put the 99 defense on the team that you were a part of up against that 2017 team, and it was a fun exercise.
Yeah. You mean defense upon defense?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, the 99 team was pretty special.
You dang right they were.
You had Brackets, you had G-Funk, you had Hardy, you had Double D, you had Cornell Lake. I mean, you had some You had some pieces to work with.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Yes.
And so when you put those up against, but now if you go this one, like you said, in a lot of ways, there's not like these huge names, but you have seen Buster Brown and Jarian Jones consistently make plays back-to-back weeks. Jarian's been able to pick off the opposing quarterback. You've got guys like Jordan Lewis, Eric Murray, on and on and on, that have made plays, and then a bunch of the no names that have jumped up and established himself.
Don't let me forget 99 Killer Bees, because I hear his mouth. I don't mention.
Oh, believe me, Brother Bees is listening right now.
But I'm telling you, when I say no names, that's not a slight or disrespect. I'm just saying you're going to be given the opportunity in the playoffs to write your legacy. That's where the names get established in the playoffs. Yeah, you're going to finish the season 13-4 more than likely. Okay. But then when you get in that playoff run and you're making the plays and you're moving on and you're beating teams, that's how I keep saying that's how the mark became the Brew. That's where Jimmy became Jay Smooth.
Yep.
Keenan became K Mac.
Yep.
Baselli became Big Bo. That's what I mean by that, because what they did in those playoff runs.
Did you happen? This is a total aside. Did you happen to see the All-America? I think it was the Bob Hope Christmas special or whatever, where they introduced the All-America team.
I've seen them before, yeah.
You've seen them, right?
Yeah, I've seen them
Well,
before.
they showed a little clip of the one that Teddy Bruschi made as an All-American back in, well, I have to go back and look at the year.
Okay.
It would have been 96. I'm pretty sure, 96. And I'll show it to you in the break and then probably retweet it or whatever. But anyway, all of them come out onto the screen, into the locker room, and introduce themselves as an All-American. And they say, "Merry Christmas, Bob," this type of stuff. Kevin Hardy was one of them.
Oh.
I got to show you his, just so you can see it. I'll retweet it.
Okay.
Because
Check it
he had a
out.
couple of lines for Bob Hope. It was just a throwback memory, which was really cool. And K-Hard was one of them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Right, cool.
All right, so we're just getting cranked. Beaver Chevy, Beaver Mitsubishi, Beaver Toyota, the brand new Mitsubishi store right there in the AUG on US 1. Beaver Toyota with their brand new digs. We're talking about a killer lot full of selection and choices for you, along with a great service department right there at State Road 207 and I-95, right next to Best Bet St. Augustine. And then, of course, Beaver Chevy right there on Phillips Highway. Go by and check any one of them out, as they are making that commitment. Sell 2,000 rides in the month of December, and they only have a couple days left to get that job done. So that means they'll wheel and deal with you right now. They're there to wow you. All right, we're going to hang out, talk Jaguar football. Let's get to the college football playoff as well. Fred Taylor left off the finalist list as a Pro Football Hall of Famer with the class coming up here in 2026. Let's roll through some of those names and why Freddie T did not make it this year. We'll do that coming up on XLP.
XL Primetime from the big #1 Duval Ford Studios. He was the best back in Jacksonville.
It has to be Fred Taylor.
Fred Taylor joins Dan and Jeff on the drill Monday mornings at 8:30.
A tough guy.
Monday morning running back with Fred Taylor is fueled by Epstein and Robbins and Monahan Jewelers.
Are you looking for a place to outfit your truck or van? It's Catlin Truck Accessories. For 105 years and 4 generations, Catlin is the name you can count on. This is Keith Catlin, and we know trucks and vans too, from Lear toppers, ladder racks, van shelving, strobe lighting, roll and lock bed covers, and everything in between. If you want quality products and great customer service, there's only one name. It's Catlin.
Who can you count on? Count on Catlin.
For 105 years, you can count on Catlin.
Been in a car crash? I'm local attorney Rick Alexander, and I've made it our mission at the Alexander Law Practice to listen to you so I can fight for the best possible result for you. I've been practicing over 30 years, and our team focuses on guiding you through the entire process. And because fees and reimbursement costs come out at the end of the case, I will never ask you to come out of pocket. For a free review, call 904-400-6600 or log on to alexanderlawpractice.com, Jacksonville.
The best wings in town are coming to River City Marketplace. Leon Searcy here. Wingstop is opening another North Jacksonville location soon at the end of December. You always get fresh, made-to-order wings in 11 flavors, including original, hot, garlic parm, and of course, lemon pepper. Wingstop now has 18 locations in Jacksonville, always open until 1 a.m. So skip the wait and order your wings online at wingstop.com and swing by to pick up at the brand new Wingstop location in River City Marketplace.
Merry Christmas from 1010XL.
This is Robin Sidbury from Action Transmission Specialist on Merrill Road. Family owned and operated since 1986. We'd like to wish you a very Merry Christmas and a happy, safe, and prosperous New Year from our family to yours.
Have a ball picking the bowls.
You've got the chance to win $1,000 in jewelry from Beard's Diamonds.
Brought to you by Burlock and Barrel American Whiskey.
You pick 'em.
Log on to 1010XL.com and start picking.
We're certainly facing interesting economic times. For me, it's comforting to know my money's in good hands with ITP Partners. Jacksonville guys taking care of my Jacksonville money. Experience? Yeah, that's Chris Bryan, Jeff Hartman, Reagan Wright, Dan Abel, Scott Regner, Janice Cobb, and Reed Wingate. They have the expertise and knowledge to take care of your money. For more info, go to itppartners.com. ITP Partners, they're my financial partners for life.
Non-compensated client testimonial may not be representative of all client experiences. No guarantee of future performance or success.
Attention small business owners. Did you know you can get 100% tax deduction on a brand new Cadillac?
Choose your new Cadillac and qualify for a 2025 tax deduction of up to 100% of the purchase price.
There's never been a better time to own a Cadillac and drive your business forward in style.
Visit Randy Marion Cadillac on Southside Boulevard in Jacksonville today for incredible deals and expert advice.
Experience the luxury you deserve and the savings you need.
Small business owners, you may qualify for a 2025 tax deduction of up to 100% of the purchase price, plus tax tag Title $9.99 admin fee and resist all unapproved credit.
Blitz.
How good is that? How good is that?
Bang.
How good is that?
Text Blitz to 641-1010 now.
Hi, folks. It's Frank Frangie. Did you know that individuals over age 60 have great results on Awaken 180? See how you could drop weight and get off your medications in just 3 months with Awaken 180's Golden Program. Visit awaken180weightloss.com.
David Lane here, and once again, I'm happy to share news of my success with back and knee surgeries at Southeast Orthopedic Specialists. Whatever it is that's bothering you, take it from me. Simply set an appointment today at Southeast Orthopedic Specialists and let them help you get back to normal life. I'm certainly glad I did.
Relieve pain and get back to life. SOS. Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. When it's game time, Farah doesn't flinch. This is XL Prime Time, brought to you by Florida Home AC. Now that's cool on 1010XL.
You know, we're rocking the Jazz Lounge when RJ's in, okay?
Well, he playing that P-phone right there.
Yeah.
If you'll hear any noise,
yeah, he is.
it's just
Yeah, he
me
is.
and the boys.
There we go, Leon. I thought you wasn't going to know.
Wait. You checked my soul card? Don't ever
I
check
thought you wasn't going to know, Leon.
Don't ever check my
I thought
soul
you just going to let the moment go.
Don't ever check my soul card.
Oh, that's right. He's equipped, and don't you try and strip that of him right now, okay? All right. Beaver, Chevy, Toyota, Mitsubishi Tuesday. Matt Hayes has today and tomorrow off. Is actually off from the show, but working with USA Today Sports as he'll be covering the college football playoff game. So we'll definitely be leaning in on him tomorrow, kind of getting an idea of what those games look like. We'll hit a few high notes from those big ball games coming up in just a little bit. But right now, Freddie T was a finalist the last couple of years for the Pro Football Hall of Fame. There was a lot of love, but in the end, he didn't get it. And this one, he came up even a little less. And I'm bummed for Freddie T. It's one of your old teammates, but he did not make the finalist list. So we figured it's time. Well, go ahead and hit it, RJ.
Here comes the judge.
Order in the court.
I want the truth. You can't handle the truth.
Now, the truth is, Fred Taylor was one bad son of a gun.
Mamma jamma.
When it came to playing the game, came in the league in the late 90s and had over 10,000 yards as a Jacksonville Jaguar rushing the football. So we figured we'd look at the finalists since Freddie was left off and at least do a little comparison with some judgments. And we say thanks to Chris Campione. Campione Law, his entire team of attorneys, they are champions for justice, just steps away from the Duval County Courthouse. And if you need representation, if you find yourself in front of the judge, no better. Make sure you get in touch with Campione Law, personal injury and beyond. They can take care of you. So before we hit these finalists and we do some judgments on them, Big Sirs, what did you think about when Freddie doesn't make the finalist list?
Yeah.
What do you? What's going through your brain?
I can't be partial or unbiased because I know he was elite, absolutely elite. when I played with him. Absolutely, his whole career. Yeah, he got bummed with injuries or whatever. He played hurt, absolutely played hurt. But you can't take away from his greatness. I mean, the man he was awesome to me. To me, it was awesome. And I try to not look through with the Jaguar goggles because he was my teammate. But even as a fan, when I wasn't playing with the Jaguars, I used to watch him and he used to get down and get dirty. I mean, all you have to do is ask the defenses that he went up against how spectacular. Even Gerald Ingram,
right?
Who coached him? Who'll be here in about another 45 minutes. He'll tell you.
Yeah.
I mean, the jump cut, the speed, the acceleration, the finish, the vision, the toughness.
One of the things I always liked that Coach Ingram would mention was the suddenness.
Yeah.
And because the stop-start, the ability to make people just look silly, the ankle break move, that kind of stuff.
Yes, bro. You can't teach that. I mean, either you have it or you don't.
Yeah.
And Freddie T had it. So I always get bummed out this time of the year when Freddie doesn't make the finalists on the list. Even my teammate Jay Smooth.
Right.
You know, Jimmy was a part of this list before we came to the finalists. So I'm bummed out for both of them. But in my book, man, they'll always be Hall of Famers.
So let's give you an idea of how it goes. Okay, this is the finalist list for the class of 2026. Let's do some judgments on a handful of these. You got 4 players, Willie Anderson, Torrey Holt, Luke Kuechly, Adam Vinatieri, who now have gone basically into the automatic stage as a finalist because of the number of years that they've been up for eligibility. We've had Willie on, talked to him a bunch. Torrey, former Jag, just for a brief amount of time, but his greatness was in a Rams uniform. And then, of course, Vinatieri, you definitely have to recognize what he's just a kicker, but you've got to recognize what he was able to do. All right, so the modern era players, and just kind of give us an idea of who you think could, will make it into the Hall. So hit a couple of them.
Okay, well, essentially, I see at least 3 locks.
Okay.
That I think that are locks to get in. One is Drew Brees.
Okay.
The other one's Larry Fitzgerald.
Okay.
And the other one is, I'm going to say Luke Kuechly.
Okay, Luke Kuechly. And Kuechly had cut his career a little short.
He did.
But at the same time, if you take a look at the numbers, Kuechly, I'm pull. Why did I just lose him? He's right there. Linebacker 2012 to 2019 with the Carolina Panthers. That's still like the Baselli argument was he didn't play long enough.
Exactly, but the
started
numbers
less. Started less than 100 games, all that type of stuff. But Kuechly played his rear end off at the linebacker position. So you do think you do like right now? You're going to say
If I was to give you my 5, I'm going to give you my 5 real quick.
Okay.
I'm going to go with Drew Brees. Larry Fitzgerald. I'm going to go with Kuechly. I'm going to go with Torrey Holt and Frank Gore.
Okay. Gore, I still feel like, even though he had this longevity number working for him in a big way, 3rd all-time on the rushing list, I don't know if he's like...
I think longevity is going to push him in. And that's not a slight on him. I mean, he was able to sustain the play. Well, how did you play? 15 years?
Yeah, he played 2005 to 2014 with the 49ers.
Okay.
Next 3 years with the Indianapolis Colts. 2018 with the Dolphins. 2019 with the Bills. 2020 with the New York Jets. And by the way, that was the year that he did go into the Jaguars' pride as well.
Oh, yeah, he got us Trevor. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, exactly. So he's already been inducted and enshrined, but that was his last year with 2020 with the New York Jets. So
yeah, I mean, the benefactor is the fact that he was a running back in this league. Now his numbers went down as his career went on, but to have that kind of sustainability for all those years as a running back in this league, I think that's going to push him over.
Okay, so. This is the first year for Brees, just coming in this year. Larry Fitzgerald, also the first year. And I agree with you. Those two are no-brainer Hall of Famers. Brees started out with the Chargers in San Diego, then went to New Orleans. That's basically where his career blossomed. Larry Fitzgerald was in an Arizona Cardinals uniform his entire career. First year of eligibility for those two, along with Frank Gore. And I just think Gore might have to wait, but they still might recognize basically what he did over the course of his career. Luke Kuechly This is the second year he was a finalist. So I think the odds are pretty good based on what you're saying.
What about Eli?
Okay, that's what I was going to ask you. Let's do a judgment on Eli Manning, because if you think about, I think most people think of him as, if you go back and look at the numbers, they were not mediocre, but they kind of hovered around. If he threw a touchdown, he threw a pick. Basically, his touchdowns and interceptions are pretty darn close. Threw for a decent number of yards, no question about that. But it's the plays that he made in the postseason.
That's what I was going to ask you. That if he didn't have a helmet catch and a toe touch in the Super Bowl, would we be having this conversation?
I don't think so, other than the last name Manning. Obviously means something.
He would have been over in the Super Bowl.
And the number of starts he had. All right, so 16 seasons, 236 games. And if we go over the numbers, entire career, 16 seasons with the New York Giants, Super Bowl MVP. When you go, like you said, the catch with David Tyree, the catch with Mario Manningham down the sideline, one of only 6 players to earn multiple Super Bowl MVP awards. We know the quarterback's always going to get that extra love when it comes to Super Bowl MVP, but 4 Pro Bowls. And the numbers are pretty good. A streak of 210 consecutive starts, threw for over 57,000 yards, nearly let's see here. What's the numbers? Yeah, nearly 260 touchdowns. Really, an unbelievable career.
Yeah.
Were it not for those catches.
Yeah, I mean, especially in the first one, because, I mean, you got to remember that Patriots team that came into that Super Bowl, I mean, they were lighting the NFL up. If it wasn't for that front four of that defense of the Giants, keeping Tom Brady in check, I mean, we're talking about a track meet.
There's no question that defense was as big a part of winning that Super Bowl and keeping Tom Brady from a perfect season as anybody. Great moments with Eli Manning and his touchdowns. Anyway, over 360 touchdowns. That's pretty dang good. I was looking for the number of interceptions that he had because they were up there as well. All right, so a couple more judgments. Any of these other guys that you're looking at, they may have to wait a little bit longer. Terrell Suggs, what do you think about a guy like that?
Yeah, T-Sizzle, he was legit. That Ravens defense with him and Ray and Ed, legit. He was a legit pass rusher. Not sure if he's going to get in. Is this his first ballot?
Second.
Second ballot.
Second for Terrell Suggs. Second for Eli. Second for Adam Vinatieri.
Would you be surprised if Adam got in, though?
No, not at all.
Okay, that's why I wouldn't either.
Yeah,
I mean, he's a kicker, and it's important. But I'm saying he's won game-winning field goals in the crucial moments of Super. We talk about Super Bowls.
Yeah, with the Patriots, and then came back later with the Colts. So he had an extremely good career. Reggie Wayne, still not necessarily the love and respect that maybe he deserves. 7 times he has been a finalist. Jason Witten, his first opportunity, and I wouldn't be shocked if he goes in. Witten's got some big-time numbers when it comes to the tight end position, but I don't know whether he gets in this first goal.
I know somebody that Coach Campo will be vouching for.
Oh, you better believe it.
Darren Woodson.
You better believe it. He'll be going after him hard. All right, so any other ones? All right, here, I got to bring up this last part of this because this kind of ticks me off. And Bill Belichick, if he does go into the Hall of Fame, it will be his first year of eligibility, only 2 years removed, really a year removed from the National Football League. They changed the rule when it comes to non-players to where you only have to sit out for a season and you are allowed to be put on the list. Yet Tom Coughlin has been sitting out there for a while, and Tom Coughlin has 2 Super Bowl rings beating Bill Belichick and the New York Football Giants, yet he's not one of those guys that is eligible or not as far as the list is concerned. He's not on it.
That's not right.
And Bill Belichick is.
That's not right. TC should be in the Hall of Fame.
I think so.
Absolutely.
Now, there's no question that the hoodie is.
Oh, yeah, the hoodies. Yeah, he's going to be first ballot, of course.
But I was just a little surprised that they changed the rules to where they're just now, you only have to sit out 1 year if you are a non-player. Interesting.
Well, yeah. Well, would you be surprised if Belly called and said, hey, listen, change the rules. Put me
He
in.
might have made him. Especially when he decided to go into college coaching, he said, you know what? If I'm going to do anything before I'm done, I'm going to make sure that I get into the Pro Football Hall of Fame. Nobody wanted me as a coach this past year. That's why I had to dip my toe into the college football world. but it's just a matter of whether or not he's going to do his induction speech or whether
the muse,
as Matt likes to call her, Jordan, is going to do the acceptance speech. We'll have to find out.
We'll find out.
Yeah, she will be on his arm, that's for sure. All right, there you go. Judgments, you guys let us know. I know you got to be bummed about Freddie T not getting on the finalist list one more time. So you guys let us know what you're thinking. 641-1010. Hit the text line designed by Lifetime Enclosures. I will tell you guys that in the 1 o'clock hour, E to the T will be in the 1010XL broadcast bus somewhere around Jacksonville, giving people a chance to win tickets and be at the bank on Sunday. So be looking around. If you're out and about, we'll hear from E a little bit later on, but he will give you a chance to get hooked up as we blitz the bank, and looking forward to seeing if we can make it a loud crowd on Sunday against the Titans.
Here comes the judge. Litigated by Campione Law, champions for justice. XL Primetime is driven by Duval Ford.
Hey Jacksonville, it's Dan Hicken with a game changer. I've tested the field, and Checkmate Coatings is my new go-to for durable, jaw-dropping floor coating. Better play, better results.
I'm Brendan with Checkmate Coating. We coat it all: garages, pool decks, driveways, and patios. Be the envy of your neighbors.
Slam dunk your floors at checkmatecoatings.com. Checkmate Coatings, your floor's missing piece.
Checkmate Coatings, your floor's missing piece.
The holidays are just around the corner, and so is your entire family.
Babe, the toilet's growling at me again.
Uh-oh, the kitchen sink just turned into Old Faithful. There's no hot water!
Don't let plumbing chaos steal your holiday cheer. Call Duck Duck Rooter today to fix those issues before Aunt Linda blames you for ruining Christmas dinner. Duck Duck Rooter, your local plumbing pros. Proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars. DuckDuckRooter.com.
If you're listening to 1010 and you're a parent, chances are your kids are playing sports. Check out i9sports.com with spring and summer registration open right now. In the gym or on the field, and now at Tocoi Creek High School and Westside Middle. Check it out, i9sports.com.
Hey Jacksonville, I'm sure by now you've seen our bright green GFL trucks and containers throughout the greater Jacksonville area. We are an industry leader in solid waste and would love the opportunity to earn your business. We are committed to customer service, reliability, and have unwavering focus on safety. Whether commercial or construction, let us haul your waste away. Call 904-760-5880 to get a quote today. GFL, green for life.
Now, the Performance Painting High Performance Play of the Game. Performance Painting. Prepare, protect, preserve.
The vibe of the game showed that it would be gritty and not pretty in enemy territory for Jacksonville, but the young guns showed grace under pressure. In the second quarter, Trevor Lawrence would find the end zone on a 4-yard rush, making the score 10-7 with 5:38 left in the period. The Lawrence score is your Performance Painting Play of the Game.
Did you know that an annual coating inspection can extend the life of your building by years? Catching early signs like hairline cracks, fading, and moisture intrusion helps prevent costly repairs down the road and keeps your property looking its best. Our team at Performance Painting helps you stay ahead of maintenance with professional inspections and long-lasting coating solutions. Protect your building, protect your budget. Go to performance-painting.com to schedule a free inspection. Performance Painting, repair, protect, preserve.
Performance Painting!
Life's full of thrills, like fixing what's broken and hearing it roar back to life. But for the accident attorneys at Farah & Farah, one thrill beats them all.
It's the thrill of the win. When the team moves as one, every hand, every step, on point, putting in the hours, reviewing every detail, because the client deserves that. And when I've gotten to say, you're good, we've got it covered, that's the payoff. Yeah, we're built for that.
Call Farah & Farah, Jacksonville.
Bud Light and everyone at Anheuser-Busch want to remind you to get home safely every time. People are counting on you, on the road and at home. Plan ahead with safe rides, and don't forget to hydrate between beers. Bud Light encourages everyone to enjoy responsibly and socialize safely.
SportsForecaster.com has all the data you need to project tomorrow's winners. Register for free and track the performance of all your favorite players and teams, including all your fantasy team picks and prospects. Sports Forecaster has the most detailed player profiles on the web, precise depth charts, every transaction, every injury, every news update. No ranting or raving, no preening or barstool bluster. At sportsforecaster.com, you get the timely info you need for every game. Sportsforecaster.com. Sign up for free today.
$5,000. That's the average amount of money people in the U.S. are now spending on gas in a year. $5,000. That's crazy. If you drive, you have to download Upside, the free app that gives you cash back every time you get gas. That's right. You can earn real cash back with Upside just by buying the gas you're already buying. You can literally start earning cash back today.
I use Upside every time I fill up, and I've already made around $300.
You're putting gas in your car anyway. Why not get real cash back? If you like free money, download Upside.
I'm saving the cash I earn from using Upside to help pay for a vacation later this year.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code HEAT to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code HEAT for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code HEAT for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Focused, fueled, fearless, Farah. This is XL Prime Time, brought to you by Florida Home AC. Now that's cool on 1010XL.
1237 XL Prime Time. We got the 1010 XL broadcast bus on the move. A chance for you to be at the bank. We're blitzing the bank with this great ticket giveaway right here on the Superstation. So be looking for ET as he's out and about. He'll be, well, you never know. Out and about. You saw him at the town center earlier. And he gave away a bunch of tickets there. He's got more tickets to give away. So keep looking and see if you see him. And we'll hear from ET a little bit later on. And he'll give you a chance to drop in wherever he's at and pick up some tickets to be at the bank. Of course, you can call the ticket office 633-2000 if you want to make sure that you are there taking it all in. All right, so some responses on Freddie T that we'll get to coming up in just a bit. You can hit the text line designed by Lifetime Enclosures. The fact that Freddie T is not a finalist this year for the Pro Football Hall of Fame sucks for him and for, I think, anybody who watched and enjoyed him play the game. Pete Prisco said it along with many others on X last night. Frank Gore has more yards. Frank Gore had a great career, but he was not as good as Fred Taylor. Is that fair to say?
I agree. And he had Kane.
Yeah.
I agree with him.
Yeah. And I know you don't want to take anything away from family.
I'm not.
But
I got the truth needs to be told.
Yeah, exactly. All right. Now, speaking of truth, college football playoff, we're going to find out whether the Miami Hurricanes are the truth. 9.5-point dog to the Ohio State Buckeyes. So let's start looking at these 4 quarterfinal games with a couple of them right now.
Time to drop some college knowledge on XL Prime Time. Brought to you by Modelo, the official beer of the college football playoff.
All right, Big Sirs, I know you're amped, you're fired up. This is the one. Cole Modelo will go great with some good ball tomorrow night as you ring in the new year. And then, of course, we've got 3 of them on Saturday. So let's hit the one that you care the most about
absolutely.
right now in 30,000 feet view. Kind of give us a big picture.
I think the key to the game is,
out.
Listen, you can look at the quarterback. You can look at Carson Beck and Julian Sands, but it's not going to have anything to do with the quarterback. The ability to run the ball on both sides of the ball, them with Bo Jackson, and us with Mark Fletcher, to control the line of scrimmage. Because any one of these teams that become one-dimensional, they're going to get hurt. There's only 2 teams that kept Ohio State under 24 points all season. That was Texas. That was Indiana in the Big Ten championship game. So, and I saw the recipe for Indiana and how they played Ohio State. They bully balled them. They went toe to toe with the Titan.
Right.
And they ran the ball effectively.
Right.
They didn't put Fernando Mendoza in situations where he had to make a play, but he did make a play. But if you're one-dimensional and you can't run the ball, both teams got stellar pass rushers and front fours, defenses that get after you pretty good. So you got to be able to establish the run game often to have any sustainability.
Right.
Because if you get behind and you have to play catch-up and pass the ball, these defensive fronts are too well. They get after you too well to put you, if you have to pass the game to win the game.
So what Fletcher was able to do the other day against A&M, you got to respect that. And Matt, all three of us were talking about the front that Ohio State has versus the front that Miami has. Both of them have good lines. Both of them have really good defensive fronts. But if Fletcher gets going, and they got to pay attention to that run as much as anything.
That's when the play action, yes. Yeah, both teams, they have the big play capabilities if they're able to run the ball effectively on both sides of the ball. So I think it's both defensive fronts, man, are bruisers, bro. They're bullies. They get after it, and they try to punk you up front.
Yeah,
they do. So I mean, it's going to be a bar fight, bro. It's going to be a bar fight.
So Buckeyes, Canes, go back to 2003 after the 2002 season. I looked at that play again. It still was a pretty damn good defensive play, as opposed to pass interference that came out, the flag that came out, but.
Yeah. But you know what, Canes? We're over that. That happened.
I love that you're saying now.
We're over that.
We're over that.
We're over that, man. We got these kids. Some of these kids weren't. Well, all of these kids weren't even born back then, so they can't understand the vitriol that we have for Ohio State. So we want them to create their own.
I can't believe you're saying you're over that now.
I am over.
Does that mean
I'm over it? Man.
Does that mean you expect this team to win?
I expect this team I expect Miami to play well and win this game.
So that was the first title game of the BCS era. And the only thing I would say to you before that PI, actually, yeah, it was before the PI, was it a 4th and 14 that you guys could not stop? Is that right? On defense? I have to go back and look.
It may have been. It may have been.
That's the play that you should be talking about.
Yeah, I agree.
Versus the PI call. But 12-point favorite that time were the Miami Hurricanes against the Ohio State Buckeyes.
Yeah.
Now it's 9.5 in Ohio State's favor. Defensively, I'm just sitting here trying to figure out how they can affect Julian Sayin. You guys, the Canes, have plenty to say on that side of the ball. The Reuben Baines, the Mesidors of the world, they will. You can go down the line, but Saint, all of them, they are really, really good front seven.
Yeah, I mean, but they won't be able to affect Julian if they can't stop the run with Bo Jackson. They've got to stop the run first, because if I'm Ohio State, I'm going to test the waters. I'm gonna see. I'm gonna play big bully ball against you and see how he responds to that. Now I know how Miami's going to respond. They're going to respond right back with him as far as bully ball goes. I don't think this is going to be a high scoring game, bro. I think the first to 20 wins.
That sounds probably right, since the defense of Ohio State this year so far has given up so few points, single-digit average this defense has given up. Miami's done a decent job on that side of the ball. First to 20, I kind of feel like people are going to get loose with a play or two here, because I'm going to put Malachi versus Jeremiah. And that's going to be, I think, a really, really great matchup for both defenses to see who can neutralize the best player on the other side of the field. Jeremiah Smith has been a stud. Him and Julian Sayin definitely are operating on a pretty good level right now, but then you also take a look at what Malachi Toney has been able to do, either by getting the ball in his hands right at the line of scrimmage, which we've seen what he can do with it, or down the field with back hitting him deep.
Yeah, but don't overdo it. That game against Texas A&M, Shadden Dawson, I mean, he like overdid it, bro. I mean, it's like every other play was to Malachi Toney, and after a while they picked up on it. You got to use them. You got to sporadically use them at different locations, but you know that Ohio State is going to centralize everything on him. So those other wide receivers, tight ends, and stuff like that have got to make big plays. Thanks, sir.
Yeah, RJ working that in for you. So you love the idea that the disrespect card is being played right now? Because I got to believe that Mario is going to maximize that. Kind of like what Liam has done here in Duval, saying, hey, nobody's giving you a chance. Yeah. He's got to play that card, doesn't he?
Listen, we're the Canes, bro. It's been us against the world since I played. All right? No one likes us. You either love us or like us. There's no medium. So we embrace that. We absolutely embrace that. And, you know, I believe that the Hurricanes are going to rep their city like they've always done. They're going to rep the 305, and they're going to get it done.
All right, we'll keep it going. We got one more to look at before we get to the top of the hour. Then we got the two other semifinal games that we will do a little bit later on and into tomorrow as we get ready for these matchups, the quarterfinals of the college football playoff. Beaver Chevy, Beaver Toyota, Beaver Mitsubishi bringing you today's show. Don't forget, they are there to wow you, and they want to sell 2,000 1,000 cars before the month is up. That means today and tomorrow they are wheeling and dealing.
XL Primetime, driven by Big Number 1 Duval Ford, elite service for elite companies.
This Sunday, we blitz the bank. All week long, listen for the Blitz the Bank sounder and text the keyword BLITZ for your shot at tickets to see the Jags take down the Titans.
641-1010.
It's a Jags ticket blitz. Let's fill the seats and blitz the bank.
It's an all-out blitz
all week on 1010XL. Or buy tickets now at jaguars.com/tickets.
The best wings in town are coming to River City Marketplace. Leon Searcy here. Wingstop is opening another North Jacksonville location soon at the end of December. You always get fresh, made-to-order wings in 11 flavors, including original, hot, garlic parm, and of course, lemon pepper. Wingstop now has 18 locations in Jacksonville, always open until 1 a.m. So skip the wait and order your wings online at wingstop.com and swing by to pick up at the brand new Wingstop location in River City Marketplace.
Ready to upgrade your home? It's Renewal by Anderson's 31-day sale. Buy one, get one 40% off replacement windows and patio doors. Plus, 0 down, no payments, and no interest for 18 months. But this offer expires December 31st. Renewal by Anderson, proud partner of the Florida Gators. Visit bestwindowsflorida.com to schedule your free consultation.
License number CGC 1527613.
This date in sports history is brought to you by Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
December 30th is the birthday for Sandy Koufax, Tiger Woods, and LeBron James.
What Major League Baseball pitcher won over 500 games and pitched 749 complete games?
When your homeowner's insurance policy is up for renewal, it's a good idea to shop around to find a better plan. Southern Oak Insurance for over 20 years provides Floridians a clear option. SouthernOak.com.
Our family protecting yours. Southern Oak Insurance.
With 511 wins and 749 complete games, Cy Young's record won't be matched.
Southern Oak Insurance, our family protecting yours.
Do you have numbness and tingling in your fingers, or wake up at night and have to shake your hand? Hi, I'm Dr. George Bari, and at Bari Orthopedics, we have a myriad of treatments that can possibly help you. If you have numbness and tingling, you may have carpal tunnel. We have cortisone injections, PRP injections, and shockwave therapy that may help treat the numbness and tingling that you have. We also treat it surgically with endoscopic carpal tunnel release, a 2-centimeter incision that will release the nerve and have you back at work and doing what you want to do in life in no time. If you have numbness and tingling in your hand, give us a call at Bari Orthopedics or log on at bariorthopedics.com.
Hey, folks, it's Frank Frangie. Now, I've been telling you about my daughter, Amber, and she's been telling you how much weight she's dropped with Awaken 180. It's hard to believe. Even in football season, even when she hangs out with her friends, and even when she tailgates and does all that stuff, she's still losing weight. You can even drink alcohol. Can you believe that? Well, Awaken 180 shows you how to swap calories, not flavor. You have to be disciplined, but they make it easy. Amber and I talk about this all the time. She can't believe how easy it is, and she's so excited about it. But what I will tell you is it's really working. I see how excited she is. I see the look on her face. I see how her self-esteem has changed and her confidence. It's one of the greatest things that's ever happened with my daughter, and it means that much to me. Now, Awaken 180 programs are reimbursable with your HSA or FSA, and those HSA dollars expire December 31st. Don't leave money on the table. Call Awaken 180 today and kickstart your transformation before the new year. Call 844-346-1800. That's 844-346-1800, or go to awaken180weightloss.com.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Still, present, ready. Farah doesn't flinch. This is XL Primetime, brought to you by Florida Home AC. Now that's cool on 1010XL.
I don't know what to make of this, but I guess it's real. If they text it in on the text line, designed by Lifetime Enclosures, it's got to be real. And one of our texters, one of our nooners says, as a Gator, I'd like Miami to win.
Oh.
Like,
see, that's proof that we could coexist, bro.
I guess so, because you've rooted for the entire state before.
That's right.
You got a little orange and blue in you. Now, he did say that he hates the state, and that makes sense as well. That, in other words, you're not rooting for one team, you're rooting against the other team.
Well, I found it interesting yesterday. I came across a Florida State fan,
Mhm,
and they said, I'm going to always root for the state when it comes to going up against Ohio State. So, he's not necessarily rooting for Miami, but he's rooting for the state of Florida.
And it's against the OHIO.
Yeah, that part. So I can appreciate that.
One of our dudes, he goes, had a girlfriend that used to put the in there. It was annoying. She didn't last 2 weekends. Yeah. So that cracks me up because Ohio State, look, they'll throw their chest out. They're a little cocky.
Well, here's the reason why I think that the state doesn't like Ohio State, because they come and poach our kids, man.
They do. The Jeremiah Smiths of the world.
You know what I'm saying?
And he ain't the only one, because they definitely have come in here. We know who has done it better than anybody else. Nick Saban's been able to come into the state when he was
Kirby Smart.
Yeah,
all those cats.
Dabo did it. Kirby certainly has done it. You just mentioned what Ohio State's done with Ryan Day. They have come in and they have poached our players, and so I get it. But there are Buckeye fans, proud Buckeye fans that are out there that are loving it. They got a chance to double up with a natty. That's
hard,
got it,
bro.
I know it is.
It's hard.
And the last year, they lost to Michigan. Everyone said they're done. Well, we haven't seen them since they lost to Indiana. We're going to find out whether or not, now that Ryan Day's calling plays, whether he's going to be able to turn this bad boy around and make it happen against the Canes.
It's tough. I love orange and blue to the death.
Thank you. See the synergy we got in the state right now?
You're my man, though, Leon. Leon, you're my man. Don't give me that look.
Don't
you're my man, Leon. Leon, you're my man. He the one who said it. Joe started it. You my man.
How you going to slight me?
You my man, Leon. Leon, you my man.
We did have another one of our texters talking about the fan that you talked to, that Noel said he's going to root for the state against that Ohio State. He said he's a damn fool. He said, I'm a Noel, and I ain't rooting for no Miami. Go Buckeyes.
Well, you just wallow in there and enjoy the game. How about that? Wallow in your sorries.
I think you should always understand who your enemy is.
I do, but listen, when Florida State played Auburn for the championship, remember back in the day, was that Auburn that they beat?
For Florida State.
Florida State, yeah. I was rooting for Florida. I was rooting for Florida State.
I don't know how you can do that. I honestly do not know how you can do that, because it's just like, it would be like us rooting for the Colts or the Titans or the Texans.
I don't think that's the same.
I ain't doing it.
That's not the same.
And all this whole SEC chant that you would hear all the time, SEC, because if we can't do it, one of our SEC brothers can't. No,
But you can also remember this now. As a former player, I have friends who are Gators and
True.
Seminoles.
That I get.
So when I call them and say, hey, man, hope y'all win, it's believable. I don't know if I really mean it, but I call them and say, hey, man, hope y'all win.
Like one dude said, I will root for Iran before I root for Miami.
Wow.
So I get it.
What? Wow.
I get it. Because I don't think you want either your neighbor or your rival to add more to their resume. It's one thing if a team far away, let's just use Ohio State as an example.
Well, let me just say this to Florida State and Florida fans. You're never going to catch us, okay? We're 5-3. You're not going to catch us, so you might as well root for us.
All right, we got to hit this other one real quick, because we were talking about what we should expect between Alabama and Indiana. Just a quick thought on it, and we'll hit on them again tomorrow.
This game, I feel, as far as Alabama goes, Ty Simpson has been on the roller coaster, up and down, whatever. Their running game is struggled. It's documented, especially in the SEC championship game. So, I mean, unless they can establish some kind of ground game, Indiana prides itself on blitzing. They blitz 48% of the time, and if you can't run the ball effectively, then you're going to have to be able to handle the blitz. So I think Alabama on their end has to do a better job of establishing the run game. Ty Simpson, who played better against Oklahoma in the playoffs. So if he can bring that same energy to the game, I think that's going to help. As far as Indiana goes, man, just keep doing what you've been doing. Up front, you're dominant up front, running the ball, getting after it. Their pressure rating is top 10 as far as the teams that are in the playoffs right now.
Right.
So you can pressure the ball. And then you got the Heisman Trophy winner in your backfield.
Mendoza, Fernando.
Yeah. So, I mean, if they just keep being who they are, I think they're going to give Alabama all they can handle.
Sooners were up 17-0 on Alabama.
They were.
And you never know when a team can catch fire. And we'll use Houston as an example against Jacksonville. Jacksonville was up 19 on them, and then when they came back from that, they hadn't lost since. And I don't know whether Alabama's going to get red hot at the right time, but they got to believe a little bit more in Ty and maybe get some healthy guys up front that will give him a little more protection against that pass rush.
Yeah, because they're coming.
They can't run the ball, at least with any regularity, so we'll find out if they can get that part of it done. But Mendoza right now, he's been money, okay, and he's been able to throw the deep ball. They minimize the mistakes. He's done a lot of good things for them. So, but I just didn't think we'd ever be in a world where in Indiana was a decided favorite over in Alabama. And that's where we are.
Yeah.
That is where we are. All right, we'll keep it going. That's a little college knowledge, looking at the college football playoff with Modelo. Let's get into the 1 o'clock hour. Say hello to Gerald Ingram, one of our coaches, as we talk Jaguars v. Titans. We'll look back at the Jaguars' win over the hated Colts. That's all ahead on a Beaver Chevy, Beaver Toyota, Beaver Mitsubishi Tuesday.
XL Prime Time.
Driven by Duval Ford. What could Jacksonville do better? Find out from one of our best ever as David Garrard joins Mike and Fat Tony on Jaguars Today. Monday from 10 to noon. Restored by Resto Pros of Northeast Florida on 1010XL.
Julington Creek Pest Control has been serving our community since 1984. Our turf management program is an all-out blitz, granular fertilization, weed and insect control, keeping your lawn championship green all year. Quarterly pest control stops bugs before they ever cross your goal line. Family owned, locally operated, expert technicians, top quality products, no gimmicks, just winning results. Julington Creek Pest Control, our family serving yours since 1984.
The new Ackerman Cancer Center is now open at World Golf Village, providing state-of-the-art screenings and diagnostic exams with no referral required. Same-day appointments are available. Call today or visit AckermanCancerCenter.com.
Fish know where to hide. Captain Kevin knows how to find them.
That's a big one.
Listen for the Wing Power Fishing Forecast Show, brought to you by Awaken 180 Weight Loss and Royal Pest Services.
Thursday nights at 6
on 1010XL AM.
The best financial move you can make this time of year? How about lowering your mortgage rate to 4.99% fixed APR, the lowest rate in years? How about getting up to $500,000 out of your home equity in the process? You can do it now by calling Loan Pronto. Hey, it's Prosser here, and with Loan Pronto's Rapid Equity Loan, you can get a ton of cash, pay off all those high-interest credit cards, and skip up to 2 house payments. One homeowner just got $300,000 approved in under 24 hours. Wiped out their credit cards and 2 car loans, saved $2,100 a month. So don't wait. No hard credit pull up front, and you probably won't even need an appraisal. Just fast, easy cash from your home's equity. Act now. Call 904-999-1508 or go to loanpronto.com. Start the new year by wiping out your high-interest debt. 904-999-1508. And you can see how much cash you can get today. That's loanpronto.com. Equal housing lender, NMLS 1661781, APR for well-qualified buyers. Visit NMLSconsumeraccess.org.
Home of the Jaguars. WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
In Northeast Florida, power outages are unavoidable, but losing comfort, security, and peace of mind doesn't have to be. With a Generac home standby generator from American Electrical Contractors, your power comes back on automatically the moment an outage begins. As Jacksonville's leading and one of the longest-running Generac dealers, American Electrical Contracting has the experience you deserve. Be prepared. Protect your home and family. Protect your business. Generac standby generators from American Electrical Contractors. Call 737-7770 or online at american-electrical.com.
Mark Watson with Hardball Creative. Now's the perfect time to order logo coffee mugs or maybe a logoed Sick brand tumbler. They're seriously ice cold and look great with your company logo. Hardballcreative.com.
Hardball Creative. Hardball does it all.
Truth Teller here, and I've solved all of your holiday problems and stress. A gift card from the Blue Crab Crab House. Get this, you buy a $50 gift card, and you get an additional $15 card for free. It's that simple, and as always at the Blue Crab Crab House, the best crabs in Jacksonville, oysters and seafood, period. Blue Crab Crab House, open every day except for Monday off of San Jose on Julington Creek Road.
When the unexpected happens, you shouldn't have to face it alone. I'm Chris Campione, and at Campione Law, we're here to fight for you. Whether it's an auto accident or a slip and fall, our Jacksonville team takes care of every detail, from investigating the incident to securing multi-million-dollar verdicts, so you can focus on getting better. And remember, you don't pay a dime unless we win your case. Our commitment is 24/7, bringing you the real support from real people who really care. Campione Law, your dedicated partners in justice. Visit CampioneLaw.com.
Count on Campione, Campione Law. With Lee and Kate's glass, you're gonna see a big difference.
Hey folks, it's Frank Frangie for Lee and Kate's Glass. They say you're going to see a big difference, but what does that really mean? It means a live local person on the phone, a smooth, easy process, skilled craftsmen, and excellent customer service all around, with your satisfaction absolutely guaranteed. Visit LeeandKatesGlass.com.
With Lee and Kate's glass, you're gonna see a big difference.
This is your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update. I'm RJ Saunders Ford, 1010XL. This update brought to you by Southern Oak Insurance. You can enjoy your holiday football action here with us on 1010XL and 92.5 FM, as we'll be broadcasting the Independence Bowl today beginning at 2 p.m. between Coastal Carolina and Louisiana Tech. We'll also have the Sun Bowl for you. That matchup will be between Arizona State and Duke on Wednesday. Coverage begins at 2 p.m. And the Armed Forces Bowl between Rice and Texas State. Coverage will begin at 1 p.m. on Friday. All three of those games will be featured on our AM station. Right now, 50 degrees at 1:02 time and 10. Brought to you by Bueller Air and Plumbing. Stay cooler with Bueller.
XL, presented by Farrah and Farrah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. When it's game time, Farrah doesn't flinch. This is XL Prime Time, brought to you by Florida Home AC. Now that's cool on 1010XL.
Having a good time on a Tuesday, thanks to Beaver Chevy, Toyota, Mitsubishi. They are all there to wow you, and they got a couple days left to try and sell 2,000 vehicles. So make sure you take advantage of it, especially at the end of the year. You can get a killer deal, that's for sure. Always killer to have one of our coaches in, both sides of the ball. We do our show on Tuesdays with Gerald Ingram and Mark Duffner, and we got Coach Ingram hanging out with us. Merry Christmas, first off, Coach Ingram.
Well, thank you. Merry Christmas to you. It's just to rehash a moment of, you talked a minute ago, is I'm sad about Freddie T. I really am. I love Freddie T.
You coach Fred Taylor.
I'm just like, I can't believe we can't evaluate a Ford and a Maserati. I just can't understand that. I mean, Fred is a Maserati. The guy has got so much speed, size, ability, elusiveness. You can't put tape on one TV and other TV, and some of the previous running backs that have made it, or special kick returners or whatever, and not look at him and say, he's different. He has ability that you can't coach.
Yeah.
Some of these other guys that have made it, they're system guys, or, it took a team to get them there and so forth. But you look at Freddie T, his suddenness, his speed, his elusiveness. He's a bigger version of Barry Sanders, and to not just say he's in. I kind of felt the same way when Tony, you didn't make it too. You put the tape on and you're like, serious, you got to wait this long to evaluate this guy make it? It's kind of a slap in the face for Freddie T. It really is.
It is. All you got to do is ask the defense that went up against him. Every guy, whoever had to go up against Fred, said he was special.
I wish they would ask the coordinators.
Listen, I remember my last year was with the Dolphins, and I was down there with Zach Thomas and Jason Taylor, and they used to talk about Freddie T like scary.
Nightmares, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, and that was the sentiment for all the different guys that I ran into on defenses. When I was with the Ravens that one year, I was with the Ravens after I left Jacksonville. All they talked about was Jimmy and Fred.
Yeah.
There was only two guys on the team they were scared of, Jimmy and Fred.
Scared the daylights out of you.
Exactly.
All right, hang on, Coach. We're going to keep getting intel from you on the Freddie. Lack of respect, but here's some respect for E to the T, who is out and about right now, and he's got the Blitz the Bank ticket giveaway. E, set us up, man. What's going on?
Joe, we just out here doing our part, trying to blitz the bank this Sunday as our Jacksonville Jaguars take on them Tennessee Titans. And I got tickets, baby. Right now, I'm out here at River City Marketplace in front of Michaels and Ross. And Old Navy, y'all don't see the bus. I'm parked illegally, but I don't care. Come get these tickets.
So let me tell you something. So you went to the north side of what you did.
I went to the north.
Yeah.
Top down on the north.
The north.
So you're at River City Marketplace, which,
yes, sir.
By the way, is a huge operation, huge chunk of acreage up there. So you got to give people some landmarks as far as where you are.
Right in front of Old Navy, which is across from Ross and Michaels. And it's not too far from Cracker Barrel and Home Goods. I can see all of that where I'm standing.
Okay, all right, beautiful.
I'm right there.
So the Coast Guard man that is ET, he said he's right in front of Old Navy. So make sure you go look for the 1010XL broadcast bus. You got, I'm just going to call it a pile. You got a pile of tickets to give away, correct?
I got a pile of them things. I ain't gonna lie, Joe. I feel like some people tailed me on my way here from my first location. I feel like they tailed me because they already got some tickets off of me. But that's okay. I still got more to give.
All right, beautiful. So go to the River City Marketplace, look for ET and the 1010XL broadcast bus. You'll be hanging out there for a little bit, right?
I'm going to be out here till I ain't got no more tickets. I'm on the north, baby.
Okay, all right. Love it, my bro. Thank you.
Yeah.
All right, I've already heard from Bush Drive Rich. He said he is on his way right now to catch up to ET, which is great. So if you're on the north side, River City Marketplace, anywhere around the airport, make sure you go find ET and see if he can't hook you up as we blitz the bank. We're still giving away on the text line every hour, so keep listening for that. And, of course, you can call the ticket office, 633-2000. We got a bunch of ticket holders right now, Coach Ingram, that are fired up for that football game, a chance to win the South.
They can bring the 12th man out this weekend. Let's get excited.
Yeah, I mean, anytime it's a game against the Titans, and you know how much we hate the Titans. They disgust me. Absolutely disgust me. We got a history, all right? So if you got a chance for the Jaguars to win a conference title against and beat the Titans to get it, come on.
Definitely.
You got to be there.
Oh, it's exciting right now. Let's prove to everybody that we got a legitimate, this small town thing. Shoot, let's come out here and show that we got as good as fans as anybody in the league.
They call it a small market.
Yeah.
That's a slap in the face right there.
Total slap.
So let's go back to last week, okay? Before we look at maybe some of the keys for this Titans matchup on Sunday. And you and Coach Duff did both sides of the ball. Great job, as always, this morning on our social channels. It was a game that everything wasn't pretty. Right. Turnover early. In fact, 2 turnovers in the red zone, yet they were still able to punch out a big, important win inside the division.
We are who we are right now, and we were a better team. They decided they were going to have to bring the kitchen sink in this game, for respect. And it'll be the same way this week, and there's lessons learned in this game because we didn't play a perfect game, but we found a way to win and be resilient as far as who we are throughout the season. Trevor is phenomenal in his development and his growth and fighting to win. His ability to run and make plays and make good decisions right now is peaking, and hopefully it continues to peak, but it's making other players on this team elevate their abilities. That hope thing that you see, bring teams together. I think they're all in. They're all in behind him.
Right.
He's behind everybody. Liam Colin's doing a great job. Things are just really coming together right now.
Coach, there was a lot of say about the offensive line's inability to protect. Trevor took some hits. We only gave up 2 sacks. But I felt for the offensive line because I've been in those predicaments where you're just scrambling. And you got to remember, you're working with a rookie center and you're working with a backup right guard. Mm-hmm. I think the offensive line, although it wasn't pretty, I think what they did was sustainable.
Well, I think what happened is they brought 8 men up at the line of scrimmage, and you have to try and figure out how to fix the protection. Mm-hmm. And you have a young center, just like you said, and trying to make the right adjustments. And then you have Trevor trying to make the right blitz calls into those situations. Mm-hmm. There were some good and bads, but they didn't really, I thought his ability to stay calm and be patient is really what made him a better quarterback. You know, he didn't panic. You know, he got deeper. I know you had to notice how deep he was a few times. It's almost like he's so deep on the protection. It's like, wow, you know, but he gave himself a tick longer to beat the man coverage, you know, and Strange came through on some third down man coverage plays. It was tight throws, and they won in versus man coverage in those kind of situations. So, and that's what you're going to have to do. To me, I saw it as a coach that's going to be a prep into the playoff, because that's how the NFC is going to attack you. That's how, you know, Houston is going to attack you in situations. I think a quarterback can handle the zones. He can handle the protections of man coverage, get the team in the right situations. So let's take it as a positive of how you're going to handle the pressures of winning the game and playing from behind, because we had to come back and play from behind and not panic in those situations. And Parker Washington making those necessary plays, 115 yards. And,
132 last week, 115. That, honestly, he has been as integral. We know all of them, Brenton Strange, Jacoby, and him, all matter as far as the uptick that this team's had.
So it's going to change some defensive calls. You know, there's 5 legitimate players out there that can make plays, because when you add the running back and the running ability of this quarterback, that makes it 6. I mean, we're a threat now. So you want to play man, you want to play zone? I mean, we'll pick you apart, we'll win one-on-one, and run after catch with Parker, you know, as well as the running back versus linebacker coverage. I mean, you know, we have to be right now you have to be worried about Jacksonville's offense while people are worried about Houston's defense in this AFC battle right now. Right now, I don't think there's anybody we're afraid of in any way.
I think we ought to look at that coming up, okay? We're going to give you the playoff picture. We're going to obviously focus in on the Titans, but I want to just kind of take a look at what you think, matchup-wise, who's got what, because I agree with you. This team can score with a lot of different weapons, and defensively they've been able to make their share of plays. We'll keep it going. One of our coaches, Gerald Ingram, hanging out with us. You guys hit the text line, 641-1010. You got a question, you want to talk about the game, and, of course, ET up at River City Marketplace, handing out Jaguars tickets. Go find him.
XL Prime Time, driven by Duval Ford. Every Friday in the fall is Pregame Friday.
Is this what I think it is? Yes, it is.
We'll get you ready for the games. Who's in, who's out.
This is what I'm talking about.
Built by Dream Finders Homes. Homes built to fit your lifestyle on 1010XL.
Monahan Jewelers is ending the year with up to 40% off the entire store. Special savings on designer brands and some items marked at 50 to 60% off. We've been adding new merchandise throughout the holidays, and with interest-free financing on any purchase, it's easy to get a beautiful piece for a low monthly payment. Certified diamonds and engagement rings are our specialty. Support your local family jeweler for 48 years. It's our end-of-the-year sale with up to 40% off our entire inventory and some items marked at 50 to 60% off. Visit Monahan Jewelers in Atlantic Beach.
Now, the Randy Marion Cadillac Drive of the Game. Randy Marion Cadillac of Jacksonville. Drive to the game in luxury with Randy Marion Cadillac of Jacksonville.
Although down to start the second half, the captain showed no fear, and neither would the troops. In the third quarter, Lawrence led the Cats on an 8-play, 81-yard drive, capped off by a Lawrence touchdown, making the score 14-10 with 7:26 left in the quarter. The 2-minute drive is your Randy Marion Cadillac Drive of the Game.
Attention small business owners. Did you know you can get 100% tax deduction on a brand new Cadillac?
That's right. Choose your new Cadillac and qualify for a 2025 tax deduction of up to 100% of the purchase price.
There's never been a better time to own a Cadillac and drive your business forward in style.
Visit Randy Marion Cadillac on Southside Boulevard in Jacksonville today for incredible deals and expert advice.
Don't miss your chance. Experience the luxury you deserve and the savings you need.
Plus tax tag title, $9.99 admin fee and resistol on approved credit.
Do you want to grow your career with a company that's committed to growing with you? Florida Home AC has aggressive plans to double their workforce, and they're looking for determined, resourceful people with initiative. Just log on to FloridaHomeAC.com/careers to find out more.
If you missed it, get it on demand.
And you send those out on the line.
Online.
Find your 1010XL favorites where you find podcasts and at 1010XL.com. Channel 5. Duck Rooter Plumbing, Septic and Air Conditioning.
Frank Frangie here for Coil Fencing. Jacksonville is full of memorable sports moments. Just recently, Cam Little was good from 68 yards to set an NFL field goal record. You know who else goes the distance? The team at Coil Fencing. Coil is A-plus rated with the Better Business Bureau and has been serving the Jacksonville community for nearly 100 years. From sleek aluminum fencing your HOA will love to tough chain link for your commercial project. Coil does it all. Visit CoilJacks.com. That's C-O-Y-L-E Jacks.com. Coil Fencing, partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
If you are an experienced electrician looking for your next big opportunity, look no further than the Miller Electric Company, a trusted name in the industry for over 96 years. At Miller Electric, we tackle the biggest projects in the city, offering you the chance to showcase your skills on a grand scale. We believe in rewarding hard work with the best pay, top-notch benefits, and an unbeatable culture where people actually care about each other. Take your career to new heights with Miller Electric Company. Apply today at millercareers.com. Miller Electric, an equal opportunity employer.
Looking for a great place to enjoy some craft creations and soak up some scenery? Fernandina's Mocama Beer Company is a must-see and must-try. Nassau County knows it. Visitors need to find out about it. Mocama means near the big water where the sun is born. And if you visit their tap room in Fernandina Beach, you'll see how they've mastered equal parts precision and art in creating great flavors from IPAs to Pilsners, lagers, and sours, plus plenty more. Mocama.com, Mocama Beer Company. Start an adventure and find them in Fernandina.
Hi, this is Dave Barker with IHRS. Are you frustrated with those trendy pills, drops, and lotions that claim to make your hair thicker and fuller? Are you taking weight loss drugs or medication that's making your hair fall out? Whether you're frustrated with results from treatments that just don't work, or you no longer have the fuller, thicker hair that you once had, there's a better way. Our hair restoration solutions have helped literally over 10,000 men and women restore their hair in as little as 2 office visits.
Ready to grow your hair back and have permanent, natural, and guaranteed results? For your confidential consultation, call 904-777-IHRS. That's 904-777-4477. Or go to hairforme.com. That's hairforme.com.
This is the home of the Florida Gators. Get your Gators hoops on 1010XL. Brought to you by the personal injury attorneys of Farah and Farah, Randy Marion Cadillac of Jacksonville, and Renewal by Anderson Custom Windows and Doors. 1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Focused, fueled, fearless, Farah. This is XL Prime Time, brought to you by Florida Home AC. Now that's cool on 1010XL.
18 minutes after the 1 o'clock hour, XL Prime Time. Thanks to Beaver Chevy, Beaver Toyota, Beaver Mitsubishi. They bring you Tuesday's show. And we're having a big time today. Joe C., along with the Hurricane Hall of Famer, Big Sirs. RJ producing our show today. JJ will be back tomorrow. We got Coach Gerald Ingram, a Super Bowl winning running backs coach who coached Freddie T right here in good old Duval back in the day under TC. So we're talking about this game. We're talking about the playoff picture. And I asked both of you guys, when you take a look, and you mentioned it, Coach Ingram, that what Jacksonville's doing right now, not too many people want to have to deal with all the weapons. But if you looked at the current playoff picture, it's the Broncos in that number 1 seed, so they got the bye. Mm-hmm. Then you got Pittsburgh against Houston. That's 4 versus 5. You got 7 versus 2. Right now, it's New England as the 2 seed, Buffalo as the 7 seed. And then it puts number 3 Jacksonville hosting the LA Chargers. What do you think?
I think it's a good matchup because there's some teams there I'm not really worried about, and there's 2 teams that are really untested. You know, when you look at the past, they haven't really played anybody, you know, from that standpoint. So really, you know, it's going to be a situation where people have to decide they got to score more points than we can.
Right.
You know, we're going to outscore people.
What scares you, Leon?
No one. No
Yeah.
one.
That's how you got to look at it, right?
No one in the tournament scares me. If you gauge all the teams that are in the tournament right now, I mean, how can not Jacksonville be either 1, 2 as far as the way they're playing, scoring points, stopping the run game,
Right.
turnovers, all that kind of stuff factors in. Well, no one's doing it better than us right now, to be quite honest with you.
No, it's pretty solid for us. And, when you talk about being in the moment, we have to be in the moment right now because it doesn't get any better than how it is right now. You can't guarantee what happens next year, but it doesn't get any better for us in that situation.
Look, there are teams, obviously, that have done enough good work to get into the postseason, just like Jacksonville. So we shouldn't discount any of them. But right now, we don't know exactly how it's all going to shake out for Pittsburgh, but Aaron Rodgers could be playing his last game on Sunday. 42 years of age. Who the heck knows how it's going to go against Baltimore? Baltimore's even considering the idea that, hey, Snoop, we may need you. Hey, Lamar, rest. Can you imagine that if they sit El Boogie one more week? Can you imagine that if he's not?
That would be crazy.
Yeah, it would be. But there's at least some chatter out there about that because of what Derrick Henry was able to do this past week. Houston. Defensively, they're outstanding. Offensively, a little uneven. You can obviously go to the Chargers and what Jacksonville did to them earlier in the year. Right. Buffalo, Josh Allen suddenly is having a difficult time getting the ball in the end zone. And then of course you can the Patriots are good. They are good, but they're a Johnny come late.
But they're good, but inexperienced.
They are.
A lot of experience on that team.
And they haven't played the tougher schedule, defensively.
Right.
And so I mean, it doesn't. Like I said, it doesn't get any better than that for us in that type of situation.
Mm-hmm. What do you think about this team with the takeaways that they've been able to force? It doesn't always last. I say true love and takeaways. They don't always last forever, Coach. Yeah. But right now they're keeping it going with the takeaways. Mm-hmm. And then offensively, this team set a franchise record for most points scored in a season, over 430.
Yeah, well, I think defensively, what we're doing defensively, we're keeping everything in front of us. But I think, the area that doesn't get talked about much enough is the secondary play. I think has gotten better. Mm-hmm. They've gotten smarter. They've gotten more consistent. I think the play calling within the secondary. But also, I think we're getting a little more push in the pass rush on occasions. Not as consistent as we like,
right?
But I think they're working together. What we don't have, we're getting the takeaways, but we don't have the sacks. But we have the pressures. If we didn't have the pressures, we really would have a problem. But they're playing enough to keep people out of the end zone, and on the other side of the ball, we're scoring more than the opponent.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Coach, I mean, I know you had mentioned in the fifth quarter the concerns about the interior of the defensive front.
Right.
But they seem to be, solid or sustainable enough when it comes to the run game, but kind of disappears when it comes to like pushing the pocket on the pass rush.
Well, what happens, like you said, that's where our inconsistency of certain players on the field is. We have the edge rushers that are pushing the outside edge, but we need to push on the inside to close the pocket within. Mm-hmm. And then what we've had to do, we've had to stump people, we've had to bring other people, we've had to do things with Garnecki. We don't have a fast twitch guy. It's what we don't have. We have power, we have strength. We don't have that. John Henderson in the trenches that really just monsters people. We don't have a Simmons. If you had a Simmons in our defense, well, that makes a big difference. Mm-hmm. Chris Jones, that kind of guy. Walker's playing really good for what he has with the club and all that, but we just don't have the fast twitch. We don't have the real consistent, solid push in the middle all the time.
Yeah, I think that's what gets you. The Colts, had a pretty good game plan. Phillip Rivers is not going to hang on to the ball too long. Right. So it wasn't super surprising that they didn't get to him, but it's still a concern. They need to get to quarterbacks and get them on the ground.
Yeah, it had to. Well, you saw and Cam, they'll probably do the same thing with Cam.
Yeah.
And Cam's going to run the ball, but they look at it as though if we can manage the game and not let Jacksonville embarrass us. There's a lot of gun three-step drop game in there, so the ball was going to get out quickly last week and frustrate your defensive rush because they just can't get there soon enough. You know what I mean? But we knew this guy wasn't going to win the game in the long ball. So you can put him in long, third down long situations. That's the best you can do. They weren't going to, they were going to try to run the ball, but we were going to find a way to solidify that. If we can stop Jonathan. You know, it started off a little bit slower in the beginning. They were getting the push in between the tackles early in the game, and they were able to stop that as the game went on. And we blitzed them, so it became more effective. And say, hey, the more pressure we can put on that quarterback, move him off the spot, stop the run, so it's going to work in its advantage for us. So I would think we would do the same thing, but make sure Cam can't run the ball.
That's it.
Now, Coach, you were talking about the back end of the defense. The safeties and the corners have been playing outstanding, and they haven't been really getting the consistent pass rush that we ultimately look for. So what do you contribute their success to? Is it communications or just understanding the dynamics of the defense?
Well, I think the communications, for the most part this year, compared to past years, you know, we're not, you know, I think when other offenses attacked us in the past, they knew they could dummy us. Someone's going to make a mistake. Someone's going to blow in coverage. We sat there, you know, weeks and it's like, geez, you know, let's get into a formation and bunch or cross. You know, we'll throw different concepts. Someone's going to blow a coverage. We're seeing the communication. We're not seeing those big plays happen to our secondary, and that's good. You know, I think we're dropping more coverages. I'm seeing some different things that we're doing that we added to our defense that we didn't add. I mean, if we would have done some of these three-step drops, especially on the last play, that quarterback does not get in the end zone to win the game against Houston. You know, we got caught in man coverage. Well, what is our quarterback doing in man coverage? He scored a touchdown. You know what I mean? So I'm seeing us evolve to some better play calling situations down in distance, you know, and I think we talked about it earlier. I think it's going to come down to coaching. Now, we finally got the team where we want. We're competitive. We're not afraid to play on the road, at home, you know, come back, you know, whatever we have to do to be resilient. But let's make sure we put our players in the best situation coaching-wise to win the game.
Yeah, and I don't think we've seen Trevor Lawrence's ceiling just yet. I think he's just right now, it's crazy to say, but scratching the surface when it comes to everything he can do, running the football along with all the other stuff he's done. I threw this stat out to Coach Ingram and Coach Duff earlier, sirs. Both of you guys jumping on this, but listen to this, Leon. The quarterback, this is how good it is right now offensively. The quarterback is leading the Jaguars in rushing touchdowns, and a running back is leading the Jaguars in receiving touchdowns in Travis Etienne. Is that not wild?
Yeah, that's pretty wild, bro. Rushing touchdown to receiving touchdown.
But it gives you an idea of the versatility.
Yes.
Does it not?
Oh, definitely. That's what we talked about last spring. You know, how we're going to develop our running back into the pass game. You know, and when does it factor in? And, you know, it's a new team, and you're trying to develop, because you look at the 49ers right now, and Christian McCaffrey. I mean, he's almost at 1,000 yards rushing, 1,000 yards pass receiving, and the same body type guy, but your matchups and, you know, but you have to be willing to develop a guy to do that. And I like what Liam has tried to do in that situation. Yeah, we have a third down guy, but he's more of a third down protecting type guy. Our first and second down pass receiving guys have been our two first and second down running backs in that situation. Even though one's injured right now, but still Etienne has been able to do that. You know, you have really good special team players, and like you go back to the offensive line. If the offensive line plays well, Etienne can run and get down the field pretty doggone fast. He's finding the seams, those kind of things. So when they play well, our skill guys play well. Our quarterback can play well. Our running back can play well. And it's going to really come down to how effective our offensive line can be.
I love the fact that they were able to plug guys in, like Leon talked about earlier. You don't necessarily look along the line of scrimmage and see liabilities, even though you have inexperienced players that are, or like Walker Little's a starter, but he's playing a different position when he's stepping in at right guard versus left tackle. But there's a little drop-off, but not a lot of drop-off.
No, it's not. But I think, Leon will tell you, I mean, the guy's playing pretty well. He's probably more athletic and hungry to play the left. Cohen's playing the left tackle position. And you really want that guy to be athletic and hungry, and Little can be hidden in between and playing that guard. But it's amazing. Those two haven't played together at all, and they're making switches and stunts and switching people off. And they're playing pretty effective there. So wherever they put the plug-ins, the guy that you really miss is Haynes.
Yeah, and
that's
Haynes,
the guy, the leader, the guy who sets the tone for everything. That's the guy you miss.
Yeah, makes all the line calls. But if you have an inexperienced guy lining up next to you, you a little worried, or you just say, "Hey, we got to go."
A little bit of both. I'm just saying, I'm just down with you. A little bit of both, because I tell you what I want to do. He would have to be my roommate if it was like an away game, because we got to stay in constant communication.
Okay.
Even just talking about stuff because the reason why me and Tilsky worked so good, because there was like verbal and nonverbal communications between us.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah, so if I got a new guy that I'm not used to working with, I need hands-on with you
it's
before the game.
And plus, you're telling them, please don't get on different planes from me.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And it's not like Walker and Anton don't know one another, because they've been battling. They were both battling for prime playing time at both tackle spots, but now guard and tackle. Anton Harrison almost didn't play because of an illness, and both of those guys were able to step
fought
up
through it. Hey, you got to give credit to this offensive line coach. Has done a great job of communicating to all the players, and he probably sat in that room and said, "Guys, I don't know where I'm going to have to put you, but we're going to put you." And we're going to have to get through this together somehow and communicate it.
Yeah.
So be ready to be ready.
It really was an awesome display. All right, you guys keep it going. 641-1010. Hit the text line, designed by Lifetime Enclosures. Gerald Ingram, running backs coach here in Duval, up with TC in New York. We're talking Jaguar ball.
XL Prime Time, driven by Duval Ford Mobile Service. Game-ready service right to your driveway.
What racehorse won the Belmont Stakes by 31 lengths? The answer next.
When your homeowner's insurance policy is up for renewal, it's a good idea to shop around to find a better plan. Southern Oak Insurance, for over 20 years, provides Floridians a clear option. SouthernOak.com.
Our family protecting yours. Southern Oak Insurance.
Secretariat won the Triple Crown in 73, including winning the Belmont by 31 lengths.
Southern Oak Insurance, our family protecting yours.
There's no doubt that we were in good hands when our son's shoulder and hip issues were diagnosed quickly by Southeast Orthopedic Specialists. No matter what your orthopedic issue is, let Southeast Orthopedic Specialists take a look. You'll be glad you did.
David Garrard here. I've had the PRP treatment from Southeast Orthopedic Specialists, and my knees are really doing well. Platelet-rich plasma treatment may be the answer for whatever is hurting you.
Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
Blitz.
How good is that? How good is that?
Bang.
How good is that?
Text Blitz to 641-1010 now.
Get national insight from a local legend.
I know exactly who this man is.
Mike Duraco.
And we get his insight every Thursday from 10 to noon on Jaguars Today with Mike Dempsey and Fat Tony. Written by Lee and Kate's Glass on 1010XL.
I'm here with Danny Van Sickle, director of the Electrical Training Alliance. Danny, tell me about your program.
Hey, Rick. We're a 4-year electrical apprenticeship. Our students start out making over $40,000 a year, and right now make over $90,000 a year, including benefits. There is no tuition or student debt. You just have to apply and get accepted.
Did you say no tuition and no student debt?
You heard that right, Rick. Once you're accepted to the program, your only cost for the books and the course fees. About $800 a year.
That sounds like an amazing opportunity. How can I learn more?
Just go to etajax.org and you can apply there.
Apply by May 14th.
When plumbing problems strike, don't settle for just any plumber. Make the superior choice with Superior Plumbing and Pipeline. We don't just fix leaks, we fix them right. With honesty, fair pricing, and innovative solutions that can save you thousands. From camera inspections of your pipes to trenchless pipelining that repairs cast iron pipes without tearing up your yard. We go way beyond the drip and clog at Superior Plumbing and Pipeline. No gimmicks, no upsells, just superior service every time. Make the superior choice. Learn more at superiorplumbingjax.com.
Jacksonville's building a fence along the goal line. This is the Superior Fence and Rail Defensive Player of the Game. Superior Fence and Rail, where quality matters.
Trayvon Walker was wheeling and dealing in Naptown. The Duval star recorded 4 tackles on Sunday to go along with a sack, 2 tackles for loss, and 3 quarterback hits. Number 44 was the one to distribute pain all game, and he's your Superior Fence and Rails defensive player of the game.
You waited forever for your new fence. Then, strangers show up. Subcontractors rushing the job. Sent by the company you trusted. Frustrating, right? Superior Fence and Rail promises better. Their professionally trained builders deliver quality you can trust. No subcontractors, no shortcuts. Just the superior craftsmanship your home deserves.
When you're on the fence about a fence, SuperiorFenceandRail.com.
Look around and we know you've got options for gasoline, but those other places, they're not in the business of more. At Shell, that's what you get every day. Members get more rewards, more savings, more special offers. You'll even get 10 cents per gallon off of your first fill when you sign up, and save on every fill after that. Choose to get more and more with every drive. Join the Shell Fuel Rewards program today at fuelrewards.com. Offer valid at participating Shell locations. Offer must be redeemed within 60 days of registration. Limit 20 gallons. Restrictions apply. Visit fuelrewards.com for more information.
Mike Dempsey for Apex Roofing and Contracting of Jacksonville Beach. If your roof's got any damage, if it leaks, if it's just old and ugly, call my friends at Apex Roofing. But Mike, roofs are so expensive. It's true, quality roofing is not cheap, but Apex Roofing has up to 100% financing available, so you don't have to compromise quality for budget. Apex Roofing, no shortcuts, no stress, just quality work with financing available. Reach for the peak with Apex Roofing and Contracting in Jacksonville Beach. ApexRoofingFL.com.
1010XL, presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Still, present, ready. Farah doesn't flinch. Now, the cool down from the cool guys at Donovan Air Electric and Plumbing. Fast, reliable, and honest service since '87.
All right, my takeaway is that we're only 30 hours away to my Miami Hurricanes will be playing Ohio State in the Cotton Bowl. And I know you Florida State fans. Yeah, I'm surprised by I'm surprised by your non-loyalty to the state of Florida.
What are you talking about?
I'm surprised by it, you know. Thank you, RJ. I appreciate that. I don't understand that, man.
I ain't rooting for the Sunshine State.
You're supposed to be rooting for the state. The state of Florida.
Negative.
Negative, really?
Yeah.
So it wouldn't bother you that Ohio State beats Miami.
I've made it very clear. I don't do the SEC chant. I don't like the SEC brother getting anything more than what I've got. Yeah. And I ain't doing it in the state either.
Okay, all right. Well, you know what? I'm going to tell you, we're not working on Thursday, right? We're off Thursday. But what I'm telling you something, when we win tomorrow, come Friday, I'm going to give all y'all the business. I'm telling you right now.
Now, listen.
I will not be humble.
I will be happy for you.
No, don't be happy for me because you ain't rooting for me. Don't be happy for me. I don't want you. I don't want your solidarity. No, you just said you wouldn't root for.
Yeah, but you said you were orange and blue to the death.
No, that was a mistake. I love orange and blue to the death. You know what, RJ? You
my man, Leon. I told you this earlier. You my man, though.
When the show is over, I'm coming off the ring rope. So
yeah,
how about that?
So we asked Coach Ingram this earlier. You don't chant Big Ten. You don't root for Ohio State as a Michigan man, do you?
No, I'm not there. I hope you kick their ass.
Thank you, Coach. I appreciate it.
I don't know what happens in that game. Normally, if it was IU, I'm IU all Big Ten. But Ohio State, I don't care. I hope you kick their behind.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
That's a whole. That's just.
I'm in my feelings.
That's how I feel
I'm in my feelings right now. Yeah. But that's it's been Canes versus everybody since I played. So.
Now
I expect this.
I will give you this, Big. It's not easy to root for OHIO. So I feel like some can go into this game not rooting for a team to win, but rooting for a team to lose. You get what I'm saying?
I guess
so that may be the approach.
All right.
And I do like the 9.5.
You haven't softened the blow. I'm just letting you know.
All right, I got to ask Coach Ingram this question because we did ask. We'll finish off with some thoughts on the game, but I did ask Big Sirs earlier when we were doing judgments. He's played against them. You've coached against them, quite a few of these guys that are Hall of Fame finalists. So I do think you guys have knowledge that few of us outside the game actually do. When you hear names, does a Hall of Fame check mark go off in your head when I say Drew Brees?
Yes.
When I say Larry Fitzgerald?
Oh, definitely.
When I say Jason Witten, this is his first year.
Dominant player.
He really was.
Very dominant player for his position, yes.
So would you say Hall of Famer for him?
Definitely.
A couple of other guys that second go around for Eli.
Oh, I mean, I think he deserves a second round. I mean, you put Eli in a 2-minute offense.
You
he's
coached
good as
on that
anybody.
team that won Super Bowl, so you know.
You put him in a 2-minute offense to win the game. That's his legacy.
Okay.
And to win games in a pressure situation, his other legacy is 2 Super Bowls. You have to compliment him on those type of things.
Yeah, because you coach on those teams. And it's like we said, that is part of your Hall of Fame resume if you make the biggest of plays in the biggest of games, right?
Yeah, that's what legends are made. Your legends are made in the biggest games, in the playoffs, in the Super Bowls.
Yeah.
How do you respond to it? Do you answer the bell? Do you handle the pressure? And you come through in clutch moments.
210 consecutive starts for him, too.
As well. I mean, I think he's earned the right to be there.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he's obviously earned the right to be considered in that position, but I think he's also earned the right that he finished. You know, that's what we work hard for.
Yeah.
Is the Super Bowl, and he didn't just do one, he did 2.
It's the truth. All right, you see any of these other guys that you say a shoe-in? Because we've been talking about Willie Anderson, who we've had on our show a number of times. He's worthy, but this is the 12th year of eligibility for him. We're all Darren Woodson fans, especially because Coach Campo coached him, but he's also running out of a little bit of time, 13th year. Anybody else? Right. Terrell Suggs, Luke Kuechly, and those other guys?
I mean, Terrell Suggs is a solid brute type player. But, you know, he'll have his day one day, and that'll happen. Darren Woodson's a legitimate safety-type player. You know, he's a legitimate player. Terry Holt's a good player. Willie Anderson, I mean, I'm high on Willie. I think highly of him as a player, as a person. You know, he's been a steady player at his position and what he does. There's some good people. Kuechly is good a diagnostic linebacker that's been out there.
Right.
He's smart. He's aggressive. He's a high motor type guy. He's well deserving as well. There's some good selections out there, but at the end of the day, my boy ain't out there. I'm sad.
Yeah, believe me, we get it.
And I like, I like my
like a
guy.
Frank Gore.
I love Frank Gore because, his ability to last as long as he had. To be honest, he was kind of like the unsung hero that just keeps on going. You know what I mean? But Fred I was just hurt last year, but not to look at the difference. I love Frank Gore, but Fred has that natural God-given ability that doesn't come around all the time. Like I said before, and I'm not trying to call somebody a Ford, but a Maserati, but Fred's a Maserati.
Yeah. Can't argue with it. And unfortunately, the visibility with a brand new team that he was a part of, not getting to the Pro Bowl enough. Contemporaries were really, really good. It was the Priest Holmes, the Curtis Martins, the LJ or Edge.
Well, I mean, first, why is he being penalized? Because he was in the era where he had great players.
Yes.
I mean, because remember, I showed you when I was playing, when I was with the Steelers, even with the Jaguars, the offensive linemen that I had to deal with, the Gary Zimmermans of the world, the Richmond Webbs of the world, I mean, the Tony Jones of the world. All these guys were in my era. And then when they got old enough to where they made room for me to come in, all right, then here comes Baselli and Ogden and Walter Jones. I mean, so I'm saying you can't penalize them for being in the era where they had outstanding players.
There were system guys in Terrell Davis and what they were doing there. The system made certain players who they are.
Yeah, it's true. All right, we'll come back with a big piece of news coming up here in just a second. It is XL Primetime. Coach Ingram, we turn you loose. Thank you, as always, for hanging out with us.
It's a pleasure.
We appreciate it. Both sides of the ball, when you see it on the social platforms, make sure you check it out with Coach Ingram and Coach Mark Duffner.
XL Primetime, driven by Duval Ford. The Edwin Watts Golf Hour will meet you at the green.
Blue skies, fresh cut grass, birds chirping.
The Edwin Watts Golf Hour.
Grip it and rip it.
Get tips, tour notes, and the latest gear Saturday mornings at 10 on 1010XL.
Rick Ballou here with a congratulations for John's Auto. They've been in business in Jacksonville for 40 years. That's right, going all the way back to 1985. Right now, they'd like to thank each and every one of you who's ever gotten their vehicle serviced at John's Auto. So, car, truck, or diesel, all makes, all models, whether it's a routine maintenance or a complete engine overhaul, go to John's Auto on Arlington Road, johnautomotivejacks.com.
Hey, it's Matt Hayes. Now that Christmas is over, it's time to treat your truck. Head to Leonard Truck Outfitters, where you can turn that Christmas cash or gift cards into the perfect truck upgrade. Whatever your truck needs, Leonard has it. If Santa didn't quite get it, go fix it at Leonard Truck Outfitters. Or maybe you did get exactly what you wanted, and now it's time to add even more. 2 locations, Landing and Beach Boulevard. Leonard Truck Outfitters, built for the way you work, play, and drive.
The best wings in town are coming to River City Marketplace. Leon Cersei here. Wingstop is opening another North Jacksonville location soon at the end of December. You always get fresh, made-to-order wings in 11 flavors, including original, hot, garlic palm, and of course, lemon pepper. Wingstop now has 18 locations in Jacksonville, always open until 1 a.m. So skip the wait and order your wings online at wingstop.com and swing by to pick up at the brand new Wingstop location in River City Marketplace.
There's a lot of reasons to use Kuhn flowers when you need to send a floral arrangement. This is ET with 1010XL, and no matter what reason or the occasion, Kuhn Flowers delivers only the best. Log on to kuhnflowers.com and make somebody's day.
Attention small business owners, did you know you can get 100% tax deduction on a brand new Cadillac?
Choose your new Cadillac and qualify for a 2025 tax deduction of up to 100% of the purchase price.
There's never been a better time to own a Cadillac and drive your business forward in style.
Visit Randy Marion Cadillac on Southside Boulevard in Jacksonville today for incredible deals and expert advice.
Experience the luxury you deserve and the savings you need.
Small business owners, you may qualify for a 2025 tax deduction of up to 100% of the purchase price, plus tax tag Title $9.99 admin fee and resist all unapproved credit.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. When it's game time, Farah doesn't flinch. That just happened. Brought to you by Florida Home AC.
So a couple of big pieces of news coming out in the NFL, both involving the Diggs family. First off, the Cowboys have released cornerback Trayvon Diggs. Sources have told ESPN he'll go through the waiver process, and if unclaimed, he will become a free agent. On the other side, Stephon Diggs is being charged with strangulation, assault in an NFL shocker. But we were asking about, as we were talking off the air, if Trayvon Diggs is available, which we now know that he is, should the Jaguars make a push?
Absolutely not. No way.
Don't mess up the apple cart.
No, we got good chemistry right now, bro. It's too late in the game. Maybe somewhere if it was middle of the season or something like that. No. You know, I listen. I'm not even saying that he may not be a good locker room guy and anything like that, because sometimes organizationally, when they let guys go, they say, "Oh, he wasn't a good guy," whatever. So I'm not going to put that knock on him.
Right.
But I'm just saying, right now, we got too much good going on.
I ain't arguing with that.
We got too much good going on.
Even though we have been talking about potentially that we are thin at that position with the injuries to Travis Hunter and Jordan Lewis.
Well, Jordan Lewis is the key. I mean, it's the key one right there. I mean, he's definitely going to be missed. But
I was just looking for the stats here real quick. Pull up the stats for this year, RJ, just to kind of take a look at it. Anyway, I agree with what you're saying, that you want the guy that can come in and make immediate impact. If you can get him, get him. If there's a question mark or whatever, the slightest bit of doubt, especially with the guys that you have had making plays for you, ride with the guys you got. It's week. It's week 18, and I'm looking, and who knows whether AI is truthful or not. What are you looking?
So I have 25 tackles, 18 being solo, no interceptions, no sacks, no forced fumbles, nothing.
Yeah, and by the way, he was a interception machine for a little while, but also was not making, even though he was a headline grabber with the INTs, he just wasn't necessarily as tidy as you'd like to be as a cover corner, making down after down consistent plays.
And what is that saying?
That was the book on it.
And what is that saying about your cornerback room when you if you bring in a guy like that?
Yeah,
you're saying that we don't trust you enough.
Exactly. I agree with you.
Yeah.
So
now, to his defense, he has been injured for a large part of the year.
Right, and he's kind of been up and down, performance-wise, injury-wise, all that stuff. And the Jordan Lewis injury definitely was not good for this football team. Eric Murray made a couple of bad plays this past week on the back end, but also made up for it later with good plays. That's what you expect, or not expect, but that's what you have to ride with, because you got guys that are going to take chances. In the case of Eric Murray, he got called for the PI, almost got his mitts on the ball in the back of the end zone, wasn't able to do it, but then still made plays later. You got those leadership guys, Murray and Lewis, when they first got here this year, pretty dang good veterans with a lot of years of service underneath them that they signed and have come through. Both of them had to deal with injuries. Murray's been able to come back now. Lewis has not been able to hang on.
Yeah, good. Just keep it. No need to upset the apple cart.
The best acquisition in season, we all know it, was Jacoby Myers.
Yep.
But we shouldn't ignore what the Dennis Gardex of the world were. He was a late free agent period signing that came in hungry. Many others that we've talked about that have been able to make plays for this football team. I like the construction. Remember when Trent Baalke said back in the day, we like our locker room? No, this one you like. This one you don't want to mess up.
Yeah. You like this one. I mean, this team right now is resilient, and you got guys believing. And, you just got to keep moving with that. I like the makeup of this team. Let's just keep moving forward with what we got.
But I would also like to think this talks to the depth that you have on the Jacksonville Jaguars front, because you see a guy like Monteric Brown. He's been having a good year and also now stepping up in the place of Jordan Lewis, also Eric Murray being out as well. You also think about guys such as Jarian Jones. I mean, back-to-back weeks because of interception.
Yeah, the simple fact that guys in the locker room have stepped up, that's the biggest difference of all between what was and what is. The back end of the roster was not nearly good enough or coached well enough to come in instantly and make plays for this football team. They haven't made you forget about Travis Hunter, but you haven't missed Travis Hunter nearly as much as you thought you might, because those guys have made plays.
Oh, either side of the ball.
Yeah, on either side. Beautiful play there. Let's say hello to Helmets and Heels.
Now, the 2-minute drill is driven by nobody but Nimnicht. Nimnicht Chevrolet on Cassett Avenue and Nimnicht Buick GMC on Phillips Highway.
So Taylor Dahl joins us now as we get ready for Helmets and Heels. And what Big Sur said is true, that when Travis Hunter went down, it was a 2-for-1 loss because you needed to make up for loss in the wide receiver room and the quarterback room. Jacoby's done it, and obviously what Jarian and what Buster's done has done it.
Yeah, and Hacker and I had this conversation a little bit last year, and I don't want this to come out like, oh, the Jaguars are better with Travis Hunter, because Travis Hunter was showing us a lot of things early on that he's going to be a playmaker in the league, and it's been fun to watch. But part of the conversation for us last week was the Jags got better when Travis Hunter got hurt, and I think part of that may be, were they trying too hard to fit him into everything? Were you trying too hard to make sure that that pick was worth it? And so you're like, we have to force him into the defense, we have to force him into the offense, rather than letting things just kind of gradually happen. And so we'll see how they approach it this offseason when it comes to Travis Hunter and what that looks like. But right now you have a Jacoby Myers now who has just been absolutely phenomenal. I talked about his pass blocking yesterday on our show. He's so good. I mean, at all moments he's on the football field.
He's kind of not – he's like I was going to say Hines Ward. He's more than Hines Ward in terms of receiving the football. But Hines Ward was that do-everything guy that would just block you into the dirt. And Jacoby has a little bit of that.
Oh, yeah. He's so
What's coming up?
Yeah, so we actually are going to go through. We each have a list of 5 things. Bees is joining us today, too. A list of 5 things of what or who we think is the reason that the Jags have 12 wins. So we can go all sorts of ways with that. We'll get the text line and Twitter involved in that. And then we'll do our picks, because we have a couple college games between now and before we come back Friday that we want to talk about. So we'll get into some of that, too, but a lot more Jags talk, and big game this weekend. Several big games this weekend.
Oh, my gosh, yes.
for,
all right, Taylor.
for seating and picks and everything that's going on.
Sounds good. Thank you. We will be listening. Because we got to get our picks in, too, tomorrow before the semifinal or quarterfinal games take place. So we will do that coming up. Big Surge, thanks for lunch. You're the man, as always. RJ, thanks for hanging out with us. JJ's back tomorrow, correct? Maddie will be out doing college football playoff coverage with USA Today Sports. But we say thanks to all of y'all for hanging out with us. Happy birthday, LeBron and Eldrick today. That's pretty good.
Yeah, one goat and one Billy Goat.
That's classic. We are done. Beaver Mitsubishi, Beaver Toyota, Beaver Chevrolet. You can find them on Phillips Highway. Right next to Best Bet St. Augustine is a brand new Toyota store and the brand new Mitsubishi location right there on Phillips Highway in the AUG. We appreciate all of y'all. Joe C., Big Sirs.